that haven't been able to make it. So yeah, so this is our Friday evening 7-day countdown before our first retreat of 2019. I mean, it is exciting. It is exciting. I can't say that it's not, even though we've met every week for almost a year. The thought of us all actually meeting together and knowing that it's a handful of us, but that power of intention will run all the way through the group and beyond. So it's all divinely timed and everything happened. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. But how is everybody else feeling? Cassia, maybe you can start because you.
No, it is. We were waiting for this so long, so I can't believe that this is just 1 week.
Unbelievable, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah, I had to organize everything because I'm away for next week, next weekend, and the following week I'm away. So I had to prepare everything for meetings, and I definitely need to go with laptop.
Well, hopefully we've got a few things lined up. What about you, Leni and Catherine? What are your thoughts around the week countdown? Because this will be your last opportunity for us all to be together, and then we'll all be seeing each other face to face.
Yeah, to be honest, this last week I've just been so busy with moving, I haven't really given it any thought at all. But now sitting down together and thinking, this time next week we'll be there together. It's amazing.
It really.
I've got some, when we get to it, I've got a couple of practical questions I need to cover off. But
Practical ones. What are those?
well, a bit like, what's the timetable going to be? Because I think Leelholmside is not very far from Gromont, but like I've got cats and horses to take care of. So am I going to have time to whiz back and do that, or do I need to get somebody to come and do them?
If you can get somebody to come and do them, it would be, even if it's for some of the time, just so that you, because I think one of the things is when you do anything like this, the attention needs to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's hard when you're having to think about other things because you're half and half. So if you can get somebody to cover them at some point, maybe over the week, that'd be better.
I mean, it's a once a day visit, really, but it does need doing.
Yeah.
So
to do it.
Sorry?
Will there be somebody to do it?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'll talk to my parents. They might be able to come over and do it. But 4 days is quite a lot to ask. So, but actually on the Friday, I'll have to look at the timings. What time am I picking you up, Leni? It's 12 o'clock, I think, isn't it?
What is it?
Yeah, I have to look at the schedule. That's the thing. I'm so busy, right? I have been so busy that I.
Have you got the schedule there? Do you want to try and get that now, and then we can what do you call it? Make sure that we can. Cassia, how are you coming down? You're on the train?
Right. Yeah.
And then are you getting the train to Gromont? Is that what you're going to do?
No.
Catherine's.
I don't remember what's the name of the city that I'm having the train.
Darlington.
Yeah, perfect. You see, Catherine knows everything.
So you're going to Darlington, and Catherine's picking you up from Darlington.
I think something around 12 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's around 12 because it kind of works out quite well with the time that Leni arrives at Durham Tees Valley Airport, which is a hop and a skip from Darlington. So it just made sense to combine the two.
Yeah, that's why I actually change everything, because usually I have meeting until 9 in the morning, but I have everything sorted, so I'm not attending to the meeting, so I'm getting the train at 9.
Right, so it's a 3-hour journey for you then?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So Leni, have you got your details there? Oh, look.
I'm just trying to find the.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Friday.
things.
Arrived.
Leni arrives at 10:10.
10:10, yeah.
All right.
And Kasia gets there, I think, at 12.
12 or half 12, something like that.
Yeah.
So so what was your plan, to drive straight here?
Well, we could do, yes, or we could go off and do something else depending what we want to do. I don't know how soon we could get to Gromont.
4 o'clock is the normal check-in, if that gives.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, we can always come here, and then head over to Gromont for 4, or depending on the weather, we can go and
everybody,
you know, do sightseeing or something. We'll go and walk to the man on top of Brown Hill, or you know, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, especially to show you new home as well and get some pictures and to bring those.
Yeah.
Up. That would be really good.
So from that, if I do something like that, then I can feed the horses and the cats on Friday, and then we're finishing. I don't know what time we're finishing on Monday.
On Monday, we're just having breakfast, and then are you off on Monday? In fact, what time's people's connections and flights and trains on Monday?
Yeah, we didn't talk about departure. We only talked about arrival.
Obviously, you've got to
go. Well, my departure from Durham is at 5:10 in the afternoon.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, so I have time to do whatever. Yeah.
What about you, Cassie? Do you know anything about?
I think it's something like 1 or 2 p.m. I don't remember, but I need to check that because I have something already planned in the evening.
Right. Okay. So at least it's a good for all the morning, because I'm off that day anyway. So if we are able to do something, then that would be really yeah.
And again, for me, then I can do the animals on Monday afternoon. Then, so it's really just getting Saturday and Sunday covered.
Yeah. So maybe on so Catherine, maybe you can put your thinking hat on Monday.
Yeah.
Actually go have breakfast, kind of like gather our things together, and then go off to maybe have lunch somewhere or to go somewhere, and that'd be really nice actually.
Yeah.
It's nice to get off here, but also as well, Anne will be with us as well. So I don't know. I'm just going to. Oh my! Did you hear that? That ting.
That was my phone pinging. Sorry.
That was really loud. So yeah, so that's good. That's that sorted. So was that all the questions that you had, Catherine, about?
Yeah.
So really, Saturday and Sunday, if you are able to have somebody to do the animal care, then that would be really good. And then we can just focus. The intention is really, yeah, if that's possible anyway. The intention on Friday is to arrive and to connect, and because obviously it's going to be really strange because none of us have seen each other in the flesh. So it's going to be just that opportunity to really relax and to connect. And so one of the ways that we're going to be doing that is to play the game, and we play the game to really set the scene for the weekend, what people want to get out of the weekend. So that's going to be, but again, don't think about it. It's going to just be intuitive as we arrive and do that. And then over the weekend, there are going to be some other people that are going to be here because we haven't managed to book the whole of the venue, which is perfectly fine. I wasn't really pushing to do that. I just wanted a small core group of us. So we're going to be doing the Tell Your Story. So we're going to be telling our story again as a way of connecting. This is going to be over the weekend, so it could be that we complete it by Friday. I don't know, but what we're going to do is we won't, but the intention is that at 10 o'clock on Friday evening, we're going to be connecting with Australia. So we're going to be our story with Mary in Australia, which is fantastic because it's going to give her an opportunity to facilitate. So that was something that was always on the agenda, but I didn't know. So on Friday, it's not going to be too stretching because we're going to be eating about 6:30. So we've got snacks in between our sessions, if you will. So we have breakfast and we have a lunch and we have the dinner. So that's all included, and there's little snacks in between, like tea and biscuits.
I think we'll have to have a nap on Friday night before we get online at 10.
And that's what
especially for Leedy, who will have been up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly. So what we'll probably do, there won't be anything majorly taxing, so that we do have that time to just go and chill and settle into the rooms. We're gonna be. What else are we gonna be? There's. I mean, again, the menu. Is there anything specific? Is anybody vegetarian? Or I've just realised that actually. Catherine is. So right. So Lena, are you vegetarian? No. So we need to make sure that Cassia, did you?
For me, it doesn't matter. If it will be vegetarian, there is no problem. I don't need meat. But if there is meat, I can eat, so I can do everything.
No problem. Yeah, it's the same, isn't it?
I don't have a problem to not eat for even, I just don't bother with the meat as much.
Yeah. So the
Well, the same for me.
Yeah.
So one of the things that Selma cooks a lot of vegetarian. It's mainly vegetarian food. But I did say that, it might be nice at some point or for one of the meals to have maybe a curry or something like a chicken curry or something like that. So I don't know what she's going to be doing at the menu yet. She hasn't really said, but I could push her to ask. But yeah, everything will be catered for in terms of vegetarian foods. There's also, as well, when you arrive, I don't know if I'm going to be checking you in. I probably will be because I've never checked anybody in. So I'll be checking you in. So I'll have my little board or something. I don't know what you do for check-ins. But you will be, there's breakfast. There's different times for breakfast. And so I don't know whether or not, it's that thing, isn't it? It's like, do we go for an early start, or do we go for like a 9 o'clock start for breakfast, or do we go for an 8 o'clock start for breakfast?
Start later when we are having long day.
That's what I thought. Just making sure, just being polite and asking. That's it, because it'd be just nice to enjoy a lie-in,
At least the first night.
Exactly, because it's going to be a late one, isn't it? So yeah, so that's fine. And I think we have a choice with regards to breakfast in terms of times, but because we're going to be in the family dining area, so it won't matter in terms of times. We'll just be able to dictate the times as to when we want to be in there. So that'll be okay. There's a choice of breakfast. So you've got cereals, you've got fresh orange juice, yogurt and fresh fruits that are made every day. There is bacon, egg, tomatoes, beans, mushrooms.
I'm going to be really awkward. I'm preferably dairy free as well.
Dairy free. So what would you have for breakfast out of that then?
Well, I can have stuff like muesli, granola, but I would have dairy free milk with it, or dairy free yogurt. So I mean, I make my own almond milk, for instance, but rice milk is all right. Almond milk's all right. Nice. And I do coconut yogurt. And I'm not a big fan of soya, but I can cope with soya if it's.
I don't think I've seen soya. How do I do chat? Oh yeah. So what did you say? Almond
or rice milk. I mean, fruit muesli is okay. But yeah, I'm almost vegan, really. Vegan plus eggs.
Vegan plus eggs.
Yeah. As in, I'll eat eggs, but I don't do dairy free. And I try and avoid gluten as well.
Yeah. So that will be okay. So I shall send that to Selma. She does have other gluten-free stuff, vegan stuff, because she's more or less, she'd be the same almost. Vegan. Eggs, I put. Okay, so what else is there? What else do you need to know? So the intention is going to be the book process. Anne hasn't her last chapter, the last 5 chapters of the book, so I mentioned that last time, and I think it's going to be an important one. I'm not sure where we're going to be sat reading our stories yet fully, because I'm thinking there's a couple of places that I'm thinking, but I'm just kind of like getting the feel of it, because we could be in the dining area, we could change that around, or so I'm not sure. There's the lounge area, so I'm not sure. We've got a couple of options really. This place would have been nice down here in the cottage, but it's not ready, so it's not going to happen. And there's only a 3-seater sofa, I'm noticing. There was 2 before, so that we're going to do that, and then, like I said, we're going to do the game. I'm not going to say anything else we're going to do, because we've got other things that we're going to do. I'm not going to say them, or else I'll spoil it.
In terms of relaxation stuff, I don't know, I haven't looked at what facilities there are there. Is there a hot tub or anything like that, or?
No, no,
No.
no.
So it's really just walking boots to go out for a tromp and
Walking boots to go out, doing some meditation, visualization, some healing as well, you know, that kind of relaxation really. But I just think holding space is massive, you know, that in itself is a massive thing.
yeah, no, but I mean, I imagine we'll want to change scene and go out for a walk or something. So
Possibly, yeah, we will do. We will be doing that. Everybody walks, don't we? We all,
warm clothes and waterproofs.
yeah, we're familiar with those, aren't we? But also,
Although the forecast after this weekend is not too bad, actually.
oh, that's good.
It is raining in Scotland every 5 minutes.
Yeah, this weekend we've still got this storm and so on, but then the rest of the week dries up. And next weekend here at least is sunny and 10 degrees.
Oh,
Oh,
with water all over.
yeah.
So much water. We've had in the last week, or just a weekend, we had all the rain that used to come in the March. So,
Wow.
so maybe I should bring water boots. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good idea. Absolutely, yeah. It should
Need
be
to
good.
get outside.
Yeah, exactly. There's some good walks. There's some really, really good walks. And I know that there's more. There's more. I mean, if you want to go to Whitby, there's an opportunity to get on the train and go to Whitby, which is only up the road on the train. It's about a fiver or something like that, or a couple of pounds. It's not a lot of money. So we could always go and spend some time there or whatever. Really, we've got some options just to keep that space fluid more than anything. On the there's a local shop to buy things if anybody wants to. I don't know. One of the things I know, Anne is bringing alcohol. She's bringing alcohol. So if anybody wants to fetch a bottle of wine or something like that, you know, for us to have a social element, there is a shop. I'm not a big drinker, so it's not something that I can either take it or leave it. But I'm just it's not an alcohol free zone. Just so that you know, just in case it's something that you want to do, then you know you're welcome to do that. There isn't any policing on that score. I think that's it. Has anybody got any other questions? That can't think if there's anything else that I wanted to say about.
Just exactly how many people? Who are it's Anne and us four and more people?
No, there's not anybody that's confirmed. There's other people because what happened was they've ended up booking other people. Not I don't think they're from here because I've taken all the bookings and then confirmed them with I've done it that way. So nobody's come in from another angle. And I haven't pushed it really because I think it was a nice size group. I mean, it's Lahila that was going to be around as well. But it was going to be a nice small group and that's okay because I think when it gets a bit too big, it can be a bit more difficult. And I wasn't sure how it was going to be here. So it's a good one to start off with. It's a good size.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're going to be doing some filming of the game as well. I think that's really important to be able to film the game and to get that out there because I think that's going to help raise the profile of what we're doing. But there's a lot more clarity as well around storytelling and play, you know, really wanting to bring in that lightness. I think that's what a lot of people are struggling with at the moment is that there's this density of everything feels like hard work and really we're trying to keep it light as possible, you know, and it's not easy to do that, but it's what we're here to do is to really keep it light and simple. So that's the order of the day. So 4 o'clock next Friday. So Catherine, if you're able to be the host and show everybody around the Yorkshire area, then that'll be absolutely fantastic. And I know Anne said she's happy to pick people up if anybody needs a lift anyway. So we've always got a backup because Anne's from Yorkshire way as well. But I think it's going to be great because obviously Anne's never been to any of these calls, so she's going to probably feel a little bit out of it in a way. But it's really interesting because I met Anne when we went to the hospital for law, which is really interesting. To think that, you know, it's like it's been an anniversary in a way, you know. So that's where we're at. So one of the things that I just wonder how everybody's doing actually, because it feels like it's been a while since we've all been here all together. Isn't it interesting? But it feels like ages. Does it feel like that for everybody? Even though I've seen individual people, it doesn't feel like we've been together for a long time.
Yeah, it is, because often, well, we have been just a few of us, and the last 2 weeks I haven't been able to join, and that's a kind of weird not to, because I used to try to be in these Friday calls, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's something that's just a part of my weekly routine now.
Yeah. It feels
Yeah,
like that as well. And it feels
yeah.
like here, it's like, oh, it's really noticeable. But at the same time, it is what it is as well, you know. It's kind of, you know.
It's very, very good when we are all together.
Mm,
It is.
no. And I think it's interesting. One of the things, I don't know if I brought it today. I don't think I did. I've just been invited to a group. I think it's going to be an Australian group. The Power of Eight. Has anybody heard of that book? It's out at the moment. I don't know. It's two people. So I'm in Chris's room. You'll meet Chris and Selma next week. Both of them they're aware of the book process. They're in the book process to a degree, through Jerry Lee, whose visa was confirmed today. So a visa has been confirmed, which is brilliant news. And Neil is doing well.
So does that give Jerry Lee permanent residence?
Permanent. I don't think it's permanent. I meant to ask her. She just said it's been granted. So that's yeah. I think she has to review it every 6 months or something like that, or 12 months. It's not great. But still, it's great at the moment, isn't it? So Neil's doing well. He's only got another 10 days or so before he's back home.
Wow.
It's just like wow. So the protocol still continues whilst he's back at home. And he's missing home. So he's ready to come home, which is great. And so you'll meet Chris and Selma. And what was the other thing I was going to say about that? So I think they're wanting to join some of part of what we're doing over the weekend. So we'll just probably play that one a little bit by ear, because yeah, they'll get to meet you all anyway. So I'm not sure what else, because I think without the book telling process, it's really difficult to join this space, because it is the book telling process that unites us all. So, and I think I'm really glad that we can hold that in high regard, because I think many people who the process of the book process, as we know, is a powerful process, and it really just helped to reset. So it's going to be the retreat is going to be a really interesting part of going from the book writing process online to our face-to-face. So don't think that there's not a lot of work going on behind the scenes energetically, because there is a lot of work going on in between our meetings together and in between our retreat. So that's it. So I wanted to highlight that. The other thing that I wanted to update you on is that the Infinity Healing, oh my gosh, they've got a contest. So the contest is that they are, and it's really, I'm really glad that I remembered this only just before, because I thought, oh, actually, I better just say. So, in fact, I'll probably play that audio tonight so that you get to hear the audio. So it's an Infinity Healing, and it's about childhood traumas, and it's about scarcity and struggle. So it's about those. It's about it's just about scarcity and struggle. And the reason why I'm highlighting it is it dawned on me when I was doing the audio, and you'll hear it, that I've managed to place in there that my work is about nurturing seedlings to reach their full potential through storytelling, play, and healing. So what's going to happen is this contest, the couple, Andy and Sonia, or Sonia and Andy, are going to basically choose an audio. And I suppose because of the way that I think, well, they're going to be choosing mine. So that's just how I think. And I say that, I don't mean it arrogantly. I just mean that it's going to be there. That's it. So we're going to win the contest. And then from winning the contest, what happens is, we've got 10 minutes free. I wondered if I thought I've not been, it just feels like I've not been on Zoom for ages. I thought it was going to let us talk forever. So winning the contest means that they are going to put the healing on their website. They're actually going to put the audio on their website. So I've been doing, audio to text transcribes. So I've managed to find a really good. I don't know if anybody does that. Does anybody do audio to text? No. So that's going to be. This is some of the stuff that we're going to be doing is getting onto that deeper layer of marketing, and it's going to be it's going to be good. It's going to be good for all of us. So it means that all of us doing our story, doing the audio, so it will turn the audio to text, which means that if you do an audio for your book, then you can just translate it really quite quickly, transcribe it really quickly. So when we do our videos, one of the biggest ways to find, obviously, in the search engine is to actually have it typed. So it's going to be quite big, 2019, 2020 onwards. Marketing are looking for videos, but that have got to those search engines. So you've got the words. So transcribing all your audio from your video takes absolutely forever. So these tools are really, really handy. And the tool that I'm using, I just want to make sure, copy. The tool that I've just found is called, it's an artificial intelligent one, and it's called Otto.ai. And it's really, really simple. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how simple it is. And I've just changed the audio into text, and now I'm just about to edit just go through it, but then I'm going to record it again. I'm going to record my audio again because it'll be more specific. When you say things like or just the little words that just don't need to be in there. So I'm going to just read what I think I'm going to try reading it and see if it's got the same energy to it. If it hasn't, then I'll just submit the one that's got all the ums in it. But you'll hear that in a minute. So that's Otto, which is a really handy one for any videos to transcribe, just to translate it over. And so what this means for the team is that we're going to get exposed. We're going to be exposed to this community. So the marketing's on. It's like, that's it, the marketing's on. So we're going to be exposed to this community, which means that that's raising the profile of the storytelling. So if people want to do the storytelling, they're going to be coming through to the team, to the active members, which is yourselves, just so that you know that if there is an influx of, as there is, because there is going to be, this might be just our first chance. I've not been thinking too much about the work that I've been doing on the infinity healing side, because I've been leaving the energy for the retreat. But now that the retreat is coming and it's going to be done, it's like, okay, what happens after that? And so the infinity healing is going to start taking a bit more. I'm going to be doing a lot more audios on that level. But to win the contest and be exposed means that we might get an influx of people, which is going to be, like I said, over to the team. So, which is fantastic, because that's what we need. We need that exposure. So that was just to let you know on that score. So that's an exciting one. Any questions or anything from there? Has anybody managed to listen to any of the audios of the infinity healing? Yeah, it's a case of, because a lot of have you noticed any shifts within yourself, Leni?
Well, I noticed when I was listening to the audio, I just listened to it once. But I don't remember. That's the thing. I don't remember it afterwards. But I feel it when I'm in the middle of the healing session. Yeah. And then it's just a lot. And what I remember was there was a lot of sensations. I could feel things happening, and there was like very, very nice, very comfortable sensations. And I don't remember more than that now. But
that's good, because I think what it's highlighting, though, it's the shift from here to here.
Yeah.
And this people are going to be referring to. So because it's so subtle, it's really hard to kind of like, actually can't quite get my. It's one of those,
And actually, my intention was that I would like to actually listen to it every day. Because I think for a little while, because I think the effect is very good when you do the same one many days in a row. The things that I had to, I didn't write down where in the video it started.
Yeah.
So I had to figure out on which video was it I was watching. So I haven't got to it again.
And it's perfectly fine, because you'll receive what you need to receive. And I think that's the thing, you know, it's being able to surrender it. And I think one of the things that I want to do over the weekend is we're going to do a couple of things, but one of the things is to do an infinity healing as to where we are. Whatever comes out of playing the game is to be able to do an infinity healing specifically for that, which is just about releasing blocks. The beautiful thing about this process, and I met a lady randomly. There's an event going on here, and a lady who had played the game, and the game is the same as the book, so it's not anything different. It's just another angle from the book, so you'll see that because but what I found was that when I was teaching people played the game and they wanted to facilitate the game because they were like, wow, this is really good, but what they needed to do really was to tell the story, because by telling the story it gave them the depth of knowledge that meant that when they were facilitating the game, they felt confident. But because they came from the game angle and wanted to do the game, they needed to do the book. So the two go together. They're separate, but at the same time, they can go together as well. They do go together because they've come from the same person, you know, so that's why it's the way that it is. But coupled with the infinity healing, I think it just brings in a whole, it does bring in an infinity. It just completes it really, really well. And I think a lot of the blocks that we're referring to in our story, the infinity healing is just undoing those blocks and just adding that extra bit. I mean, Lars cancer has come back. That's what she's currently now challenged with. And it's amazing to think that Neil and Law, it's like, wow, this is interesting that both of them have had cancer in the past and both of them it's come back. And obviously that's a real challenge for anybody to be given such a death sentence in many ways from the medical profession. And I think one of the things that I'm really mindful of, there's 3 people at the moment who have been quite ill that have been around or have got illnesses. And it makes a question of, well, why? Why have you attracted this? You know, because at the end of the day, we are all responsible for our health as well as our illness. And when something that recurs again, it's like, okay, what have I not done to kind of like release this? What do I need to do to release this? What do I need to send in order to be able to release this? So it's amazing actually how the mind can actually make us ill and keep us ill and keep us stuck. So this infinity healing, it bypasses anything that the mind's trying to stop or limit, you know. So one of the things that I've said to Laura is I'm going to do her an audio for her to listen to every day as part of her healing protocol, and let's see what happens. But it's going to be specifically for her and her issues that I've picked up over the time of knowing her as to where the blocks could be. Let's see if we can try and hit the spot with regards to those blocks. So that's going to be another brilliant testimonial with regards to really shifting some stubborn base root, because I mean it's in a root. That's where the problem is, and that's the base of the chakra, which is where our security and everything is in terms of our stability. So it's going to be a fantastic audio for her, but she's brought that to the team. That's her gift that she's brought to the team, is to be able to really shift whatever's going on in that root chakra. So that's some other stuff that's going to be going on in the background, but we wish her absolute love, and just she's got some health products that are going to really help as well, and because she's been monitored by the medical profession, they're just going to see a transformation. That's how I see it. So